Alright, guys. Chapter 21. This one is upsetting. It's upsetting. But it's important. And I'll talk to you about why afterwards. So chapter 21 is entitled I'm My Own Person. This was September 26, 2022, Monday, day 81. The quote is by Diana Macy. The quote is, "The truth is that the happier you are, the more unhappy the narcissistic parent is. Because when you feel good, they lose their grip over you and the ability to shame you." Okay. I got sick last night for over an hour, vomiting. I know what is under the anger. It's fear. What else don't I know? What else is being hidden, both subconsciously as well as through the lies of others? Why is the faux father reacting the way he is? He is spinning out, acting more and more guilty. What else don't I know? What is he afraid I will reveal? What is he afraid I will unveil? Whatever it is, it will come out. And I am afraid, what have I suppressed? I am mustering every ounce of strength I have in reserve. I can take a lot. I have taken a lot. But what else is there? I know there is more. His behavior is beyond suspicious. Whatever it is, will I be strong enough to endure? I feel like something big is coming, a new epiphany. Something is coming. I know it. I fear it. I remembered something. It's not a trauma. It was just embarrassing and super confusing for me when I was a kid. Here we go. I was in 4th grade. We had guest speakers come to our classroom, police officers, and they were talking about social situations. I have no idea why they were there. Maybe part of the DARE program. I don't know. They talked to us about a lot, but there were 2 scenarios they spoke of that have stuck in my head since then because I had the answer wrong to both scenarios. The first was about a bike being stolen, and it exchanged hands between many people, and the officers wanted to know who the bike actually belonged to. I got it wrong. I thought when money exchanged hands, the bike became theirs. Whoops, I was wrong. That was embarrassing. But the next one, damn. So they asked us something to the effect of, raise your hand if you believe you are your parents' property. I raised my hand. Of course I was. No one else raised their hand. Idiots. Of course we were their property. I was so sure of myself. Remember this. I'm going to talk about it at the end. Remember this. Now raise your hand if you believe you are your own person. You are no one's property. All other hands shot up. Wow. How could they all be so wrong? It's okay, Jaren. You'll have redemption. After getting the other question wrong, the officers were happy most of the class was correct. You were wrong, Jaren. I absolutely did not understand. For me, there were no choices. I did what I was told to by the parents, or the consequences would be severe. I was in charge of all types of chores. The responsibility was on me alone, and I had better complete them because getting in trouble meant consequences. I was demeaned and bullied by the parents. Red-headed stepchild was one of the faux father's favorite lines to me. I vocalized that it was not fair to put all these chores on me. Oh, poor Cinder Smella, the maternal figure in the faux father would quip. Their cruelty was endless. I had no autonomy at home. I had no say. My voice was worthless, and I was theirs to control, manipulate, abuse. I had no choice. I know a lot of children were spanked back then. We were. The maternal figure liked to use the wooden spoon that had a hole in it. She claimed it made it hit harder. Something to do with the wind. Who the fuck knows her logic? And then there was the belt. Now, the faux father has always claimed he never hit us with the belt. I can't remember. I remember now. And he did. I used to believe he did, but he gets so defensive and angry and claims he didn't. I simply don't know at this point. Yeah, because he gaslit. But I do remember being spanked with the belt. Was it just the maternal figure that did it? I don't know. And then there was the threat of the belt. They both did this. Both the maternal figure and the faux father, and if he claims otherwise, he's a fucking liar, even more so than I know him to be now. They would hang the belt on the doorknob of our bedroom door, tell us to clean our room, and if we didn't finish in time, that the belt would cross our asses. I don't remember how many times we were spanked during my childhood. A lot. I don't remember how many times we were threatened to be spanked. A lot. And I don't know how many times they used the threat of spanking as a tool to maintain control over us. A whole fucking lot. I remember at one point I had a brilliant idea. Marjorie Taylor and I snuck baking sheets out of the kitchen. We decided to wear them in our pants, protecting our asses, literally. So when the maternal figure went to spank us, she would break her damn hand. Of course she saw the baking sheets. We had to reveal our plan. She was pissed. Fucking assholes. I spanked my son twice his entire life that I can remember. He claims it was more, but I only remember twice. Both instances I am deeply ashamed of. Both were reactionary. The first time he ran into the street, I freaked out. I spanked him because I was terrified. That was horrible. I couldn't believe I did that. I swore to myself I would never spank him. I would not continue my parents' mistakes. Damn it. The other time was when he was around 9 or 10. I can't remember what he did, but I went to spank him, realized what I was doing, and barely smacked his butt. I didn't quite catch myself in time, but I certainly didn't hurt him. And he made sure I knew it. Wow, that didn't hurt at all, Mom. Smart Alec. He's so my kid. But he was justified. I did wrong. Though I did catch myself, I still did wrong. But back to 4th grade. Believing I was the parents' property. That whole thing always bothered me. Why the hell did I believe that? And then I read something about it last night on an online platform. For adult children of narcissistic parents, someone asked if narcissists believe they own their children. Someone answered that they do indeed. That children are nothing more than property and pawns. Bingo. That's exactly why I believed what I did. The message that I was theirs, an extension of what they owned, that I must always do the maternal figure's bidding, that I was hers to forever control and manipulate. That's exactly what I thought and firmly believed, and I never questioned it until those police officers came to our classroom. That's the end. I vaguely remember being taken outside to talk to the police officers after class about this, and they should have followed up. I was the only student in that classroom to be like, no, I'm their property. Like, in my mind, it never occurred to me that I was my own person. And I don't know if it was the same for the siblings, but that was ingrained in me. It was eye-opening to realize that I was my own person. And I remember going home and bringing this up to the maternal figure and the faux father and telling them what happened. And they looked at me like I was crazy. And they're like, of course you're your own person. And I was just like, what? What? I thought that they were forever going to have control over me. Because that's what they did. So it wasn't a conscious thing. It's narcissism. With narcissistic parents, they make you feel like you are property. You are not a person. You are property. You are a tool. You are a pawn. And that's what I was. Something should have been done at that point. I get angry often that school back then, elementary school especially, was my safe place. I went to Schmidt Elementary in Westminster. That was my safe place. I loved it there. But nobody saw what was going on. Nobody understood. And I struggle because part of me is like, okay, yeah, but narcissism back in the 80s, nobody understood it. Nobody fucking got it. Nobody understood it. But the police coming there and asking that question and then following up with me outside afterwards, they knew something was off. Why would they ask that question? Somebody there knew something was off. Why didn't they follow up more? I should have at some point during that time been looked at closer, and the home life, and like, they should. Why did they ask that question? If it weren't about abuse, why would they ask that question? They had to know. Why did nobody do anything? Why did it take me until 42 to realize how badly I was abused and what kind of abuse? Why weren't the adults in my life failed me left and right every fucking chance, every day, every moment? They all failed. They all failed. There's something going on right now. I am absolutely looking into becoming a counselor. Like, that's my ultimate goal. And that's something that I may be able to do with my degree. And I didn't know that. That I already have, my bachelor's that I already have. So I'm looking into it. But eventually I want to go on and get my master's, either in counseling or psychology. And I want to work with narcissistic abuse survivors in that capacity. Maybe with kids, because my degree is in child and adolescent development. I get it. I did it, I'm sure, subconsciously on purpose. I want to help, and I did teach for 14 years and was an assistant teacher before that. I want to help those that are going through this. I want to catch those that are slipping through the cracks. As a teacher, I looked for it. I knew, and I did everything in my power to help those kids that had narcissistic parents. I knew. I didn't know what the name of it was, but I knew that they were being abused like I had been. Knowing what I know now, this is my purpose. This is my purpose. And I can't wait to get there. I can't wait to get there and to do that. That means the world to me. Anyway, enough of a rant. I may do one more, like a short, later on tonight, but for now, I'm going to end the video. Next week, I'll start with chapter 22. I really hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody had a wonderful Mother's Day. I know it can be a really difficult day, especially if you were raised by a mother that is a narcissist or dark tetrad, as I was. And then you're a mother yourself. And then you have, I have somebody in my life, Ma, who is more of a mother to me than my own mother ever was. So there's these difficult emotions because you're mourning the mother that you had. You have this mother that you love and you wish would have been there as a kid, because your life would have been completely different. And then there's you as a mom. So Mother's Day for me is really hard. And I know for a lot of people, a lot of survivors, it is as well. So I really hope that you guys were able to find some good and some peace for this past Mother's Day. I really do. As always, I love you guys. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. and we'll talk soon. Bye, guys.